Folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Jones wants to throw to start things out here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Jones. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory. And that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover two. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Jones. Find Gesicki as tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Play fake, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield on play action. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mayfield. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. $39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. First carry for Raheem Mostert. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. Jones keeps it himself. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jalen Waddle, excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And this one's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ballgame.
He was trying to find Mo Alley Cox as tight end, and it's 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Give them an even 20 yards there on the pickup as a fake punt fooled everybody.
Okay, that was a fake punt, and it was successful throwing the football. I know you threw the football in your past off of a fake.
Yeah, but unsuccessful back in my high school days. Old Tim Jones dropped it, hit him right in the numbers. But I'll tell you what, these guys, they love this opportunity, don't they? A chance to get involved.
They certainly do, and many of them were quarterbacks or big-time players when they were in high school and college. So to get back doing what they did before, always fun.
Channing Tindall is there for the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, Mayfield. He completes it to Beckham. And he's going to get this down near the 25. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one completes Alec Pierce. They'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Colts! Alec Pierce, 51 yards. And the Colts are back within a score. And Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And going deep for Hill. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
They go play action. Mayfield. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mayfield down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Back to Taylor on first down. Oh, he bowls over him. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly. To the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Watch out for Hill on the return. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position. 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today. But they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll go for it with Edmonds. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Jones now to throw on 2nd down. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown Dolphins. Mike Gesicki in the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Dolphins continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this 1st half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier.
And this returnable for Hill.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
To try again after the sack. Jones. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Jones throwing on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Jones. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Colts pick it up. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Back to throw. Jones.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Jones now throwing on 4th down.
Going right back to Wilson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
18 Huntley to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them. Pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
To throw, Huntley. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Huntley. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
That's good for a Colts. 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here. of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Taylor. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Huntley. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about,
the ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because of
hammering for the goal line, he loses the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying.
And oh, he coughed it up, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's got room at the 30. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Running right through it, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So first and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talked about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
That's good for a Colts.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Being chased out left. He's going to let it fly.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive.
And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Off play action. Huntley.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
That's good for a Colts. First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Huntley. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake. Huntley. Over the middle to Beckham. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ballgame. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.